It is still Women's History Month, and guess what? I finally received my history. That's right. Literally, like at the end of January, I did like an Ancestry test because they always go on sale around the holidays. And I finally got my results back like this Sunday. And I know now I'm a woman who knows my history. And it's actually much more dramatic than I thought it was. Like, some things weren't surprising. Spoiler alert, I'm Mexican. I haven't been lying about being Latina this whole time. But there's so many other things that I didn't know or I wouldn't have expected. So we're gonna do a quick ancestry peek, ooh woo. I'm going to reveal the truth about who the I am. I have 18 ancestral regions. 18 ancestral regions, and count it. 1, 2, 3 continents. 3 whole continents that I'm from. That's crazy. I am the American dream. I'm the melting pot. Are you ready? I feel like this should be gamer news. That's how important this is. Gamer news! Welcome to my women's history. If you didn't know, my real name is Danielle, so couldn't hide my first name. I can hide my last name, but... So, first region. Are you ready? Drum roll. You could literally see it, but drum roll. At 32%, I am Mexican. Wow, wow, wow. No way, I know. It's almost like I'm part of the Latin Guild for a reason. I didn't know I was this much Mexican. I knew I was Indigenous Americas, Mexico, but 32%, that's a whole third. I'll tell you what it is. The things about me that are distinctly Mexican. I'm short as I'm 5'2". I've been 5'2" since elementary school. I take naps like crazy. That's the Mexican part of me. I got thick brown hair. That's the Mexican. And I think that's it. I don't want to stereotype my own people too much, but those are the Mexican parts of me. This is the first surprise though. The second biggest territory, 21%, Central Scotland and Northern Ireland. I didn't know that I was Scottish Irish. I've been told before, my white side is from France, but Scottish Irish, hello? I didn't know any part of me was from that little island, but apparently it is. Damn, I gotta go to that damn island now. What the hell? That means I gotta celebrate St. Patrick's Day way the more than I already do. So, I am Celtic and Gaelic. Again, I knew I was white. My mom is white, but I didn't know I was this kind of white, so that's a big surprise. And 21%. Between the Mexican and Scottish Irish, we're 50% in. 53%? 53%, that's crazy. I'm 18% English. Between this 18% and 21%, I'm 40% these islands right here. That's crazy to me. I was never told I was from those damn islands. But I am. I'm English. Ew. And I on the English so much on this channel, and yet I am them. Ew, I'm infected by them. Disgusting. I suppose I should have known because, the English went everywhere, so I was one of the everywhere that they went, but God, I didn't expect it. 10% Western Europe, it's Netherlands and shit. I didn't know it was Netherlandic. I don't even know what's in the Netherlands. Apparently me, bitch. I'm in the Netherlands. Iberian Peninsula, I'm 6% Spanish. So somewhere along the lines, the Spanish snuck in there into my Mexican Indigenous Americas heritage. And they made their claim, I guess. I don't know. And then everything below Spanish is a huge surprise to me. Okay, you ready for this? I am 3% French Canadian. When would my people have been in Quebec? Who knows? I'm 3% Jewish! Ah! This is exciting specifically because if you know, Zach is 100% Jewish. I didn't know I was any percent Jewish. I'm 3% Jewish. I literally need to call his mom and be like, hey, guess what? I'm you. I'm of your people. I had no idea that I was any percent Jewish. 3% Mediterranean from Sardinia. One of those islands off of Italy. Sure, I guess. I don't know anything about Sardinia. And then, you ready for this? 1, 2, 3% African.
Huh?
What the hell? Can you believe this? Look at 1% Central Africa, 1% North African, 1% Ivory Coast and Ghana. On one hand, it's like such a small percentage you think you could ignore it, but also like maybe it makes sense in a way. Because if you think about it, like part of me was from Quebec up here in Canada, and Quebec has a very big like African American population. There's a non-zero chance I had ancestors that went from like Africa to Quebec and then down to like Louisiana, which is like in this little Mexican border area. What if that's what happened? I don't know. If you take this in like whole, it looks like I'm definitely indigenous Mexican and I'm definitely like Mediterranean, but this is a lot more like complex than what I had heard, at least. Because what I'd heard from my white family is I was French, so like, you know, in this big blue cluster, and then I'd heard I was Mexican. I knew these two big blobs, the green blob and the blue blob. All the other blobs are surprising blobs to me. I'm shocked. I'm odd. The more you know, you know? I feel enlightened. I feel inspired. Anyway, those are my ancestor results. Wow, now you know. And now I know. Anyway, everybody get your ancestor results done. Give your DNA to big company. Not really. Do whatever you want with your data. It's up to you. For me, knowing the truth was more important than other places having my DNA. If they clone me, that's their mistake. And it would be a mistake, trust me. But they decide to clone me. They have to deal with the consequences.